Yes, please. Oh, that'll be good. I'm not sure either of these has any real effect. Silk touch. Can't go wrong with some mending. Shut up and take my money. It's finally time for one of these, and I think we'll upgrade it. Oh, we got a thing for that. Neat. Now we'll enchant it. But what should we name it? How about some winter harvest? Little play on words there. And just look at our level now. Oh boy. Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode here on the AfterLife server with your host, me, Wintertooth 100. We are gonna go explore the Nether. We made a host specifically for gathering all of the cool new resources and blocks there with great haste. But we're gonna use my portal to the gold farm because I hear some good news. Look at that. The atmosphere, guys. The atmosphere. Last time the atmosphere here was purple, and well, we kind of we did some exploring, and we discovered that there were some issues with how the chunks were generating, and it turns out that there was some kind of mistake made in the generation process, and they had to redo the whole thing. And it turned out they were using the seed from a nether that didn't actually correlate to our world. So they fixed it, which incidentally put my gold farm back into the right biome. So we're gonna do just a quick little test, just to see if I can activate. We're just gonna see if it works. It doesn't work if you unalive them though. There we go. Let's see. Come on. Be prepared to run just in case. Would you look at that? Oh boy, it's working. We are getting all of our stuff repaired. Oh, there it goes. And then we'll get the shovel real quick because that should be pretty fast. Oh, guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. At first, in the last episode, I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm not bothered by the gold farm not working. Then it occurred to me, it's my XP farm. It's how I repair all my tools. And then it was a problem. I was gonna move this whole thing today, but woo! Thankfully for me, Jay messed up. But replacing all this stuff back in with third-party programs has sort of, broken the item filters. So I'll have to fix that. I am noticing, however, the hole we placed in the bedrock is, wow, those guys are really angry at me. Isn't here anymore. So I guess the hole didn't survive updating to the correct version. Alright. Cool. Take this quick moment here while I'm flying to the other nether portal. Guys, there is now an application event going on, technically permanently. So if you're interested in playing here on the AfterLife SMP with the rest of us AfterLife members, there should be some information in the description down below. Hope to see you guys soon. Man, as cool as this new nether is, I think we got everything we need, right? We can pretty much grow everything with these guys, and with the Nylian versions, we can make ourselves some farms. In fact, I think we can make farms of everything that is farmable at this moment. Additionally, I think I found where our next base is going to be, our nether base. I'm so excited for this giant space right here above the lava. Oh, it's this is a great spot. I really like this. Yep. We're using this. Now, we want to make a handful of farms. One of the farms is to create the mushrooms to grow the trees. Then we want another farm which actually grows the trees. Oh look, we got a visitor. And then we want the last farm to be basalt. So I'm very interested in the basalt. Here, let's yeah, there we go. Ooh. So yeah, the basalt's gonna be really nice, but it's 3 farms, and we're gonna put them over there, and I'm thinking they're gonna be underground, so I need to do some quick terraforming. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. The most basic of terraforming is complete. I think the island actually turned out really nice. Technically it's more of a, what is it, peninsula? Peninsula, I believe that's the word, because it's kind of connected to this, which is really neat, because this means that the river isn't actually connected, so we can make a tunnel through this and actually like build a road going south. That's south, I think. And yeah, we can actually have a bridge going, and it'd be cool. It'd be super cool. But we have all this space to work with now, and I'm very excited about it. But for the farms, We don't want to build them on the surface. In fact, that's why we built up the island, so we have a place to hide the farms. Now, they are very basic, like incredibly basic. This is like poor man's farms. You know, this is the sort of thing that you set up in the meantime while you're preparing to build the real farms. Now, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't want to build a big farm for any of these things. I just want to have something a little temporary that kind of just passively accrues resources, because you know we don't need a whole ton, and if we do need a whole ton, we'll just go to the nether and grab it ourselves. We'll start over here, the easiest farm. It's got a little AFK spot, right? You just come in here, you flip the switch, you AFK. And a whole night's AFK, this is a vine farm by the way, a whole night's AFK does not get a lot. In fact, this is a whole night's worth of AFK. And these are the twisted vines. You get a little bit more twisted vines, they apparently grow a little faster. But effectively these guys grow down, and the observers see when they grow down and activate some pistons up there, and then they all drop. This one's the easy one because it's just a line of hoppers at the bottom leading to a chest. This one was more complicated because the vines grow from the ground up, so I had to put hopper minecarts inside the blocks that these things are growing on, so when they do break, they fall down and get picked up and then taken over here. So again, yeah, these are not big boy farms. If you want to get a whole bunch of these, there's totally different farm designs for this sort of thing. I'm just doing the poor man's version. I plan on building on a lot on this island, in fact. So this is just going to passively be running in the background, which will be nice. Next we have a basalt farm. Now, ideally we would craft some iron pickaxes, so we never run the risk of breaking the obsidian. You see how this, like if there's some lag on the server, we might actually accidentally break the obsidian, which would be bad. But we have done something similar. The soil has a hopper minecart in it, so it picks up the block. You can see the minecart there, and you know, it just collects like this. So we do the same thing. We would put, you know, probably an iron pickaxe because it can't break the obsidian, but an iron pickaxe with efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and just have this thing mining all night with a auto clicker. And this thing would benefit from having a system in place that is constantly dispensing pickaxes into your one open slot inventory, right? You'd fill the rest so pickaxe can only go in one spot, and then have it on one of those filter systems, so if you don't pick it up, the hopper will pick it up and it'll just keep cycling through. That way when your pickaxe does eventually break, you will pick a new one up and you can keep going. And so you could set a new, like a little system up. So you guys get it. I don't need to explain that. And the last one, we do have to set up 2 of these because you get different things growing based on the nylium. So we got the red one and the blue one, but effectively all you do, flip the switch, which unlocks the hoppers. There's just one block going back and forth inside, and it's also leading to pistons and dispenser right in there on both sides for bone meal. And we'll activate it. And that's all it does. And the other one does the same thing. This one does cause a little lag on the server, so fortunately we don't have to run these for a long time. These things work actually really great. This is probably the best farm down here. But then you just come over and walk over the top of it, clean off your thing. You don't even need to clean it off technically, I just like to clean it off. Occasionally the blue one will drop red mushrooms, and vice versa, the red one will drop blue mushrooms, but it's pretty rare. There we go. And for those few seconds we got over a stack, almost a stack and a half of the warped roots, just over a stack of the crimson roots, and we got 22 warped fungus, only 8 crimson fungus. But these fungi, we can take these and now we can grow the trees. And so now we have a way of effectively getting all of the woods as well. So for the tree farm part of it, I'm actually thinking we're going to do something a little bit more practical. It won't be a genuine farm because I really don't know how to make a farm, an efficient AFK farm with that sort of thing, because the leaves aren't leaves, they don't despawn, they don't naturally break, so I'm not sure how you do that with those guys. You'd have to, it's too complicated for me to care about building one. But I'm thinking we're gonna end up building something here on the surface that is sort of akin to like a lumber yard, and then we'll actually dedicate a space inside that where we will just put the mushroom down ourselves and then bone meal it and let it grow, or even just put a whole line of them, let them grow naturally, and then deal with them manually. Just have a manual tree farm up top and have it built into the environment of the island. And of course the environment, we're going to have houses here. I'm going to build up walls. I want the beach to be kind of separated from the grass with like an actual wall. And yeah, we got a little, the beginnings, very rough. This will definitely be edited. I just wanted it in place to kind of have a rough stand-in. This is kind of like the sewer drain out from the island. And yeah, this whole place is going to be completely changed. This is going to be one awesome piratey city. It's going to be on that island. It's going to wrap around a little bit right there, and it's going to bridge over and be predominantly on this island. So this would be like housing with some like industrial, quote, industrial places like the lumber yard, and then the far island over there will be our piratey shops. So they'll come in and they could buy stolen goods. But guys, we've been rambling on way too long about this. There's something I've been wanting to try, so I'm just gonna do a quick cut and we're gonna go try it. You guys are gonna love this. Looks like winter logged out over here. All right, here we are back in the Nether, and last time I used TNT. This time I have prepared however many beds this is. We have a lot of beds, and I intend on using every single one of them. And yeah, let's make sure we put my bed away so we don't accidentally use that. But I'm in the process of clearing out a big space, and I thought it would be a good idea to actually take a bed and see how big the blast radius is first. That way I know how to accurately spread out these things, right? Because if I put a tunnel here, and then I skip 3 and put a tunnel here, and then line them all with beds, but then this one, when I activate it, blows a hole that consumes that, like, that'd be a waste. That would be a big waste, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to put this down. This is a big explosion. Like, you want to be as far away from these as you can, and it doesn't hurt to even have an extra block down, but you get, yeah. Oh, wait. Ooh, lava right in the beginning. Okay, I was not expecting you. Can we cover you up? Yeah, get rid of you so I can see. All right, so this has there's a slight upside and a little downside. All right, the range is pretty good. So the upside is is that the fire prevents mob spawns, I guess. I don't actually know. Maybe it's not an upside. I really don't know. Downside, there's lots of fire, and you can easily burn yourself. But this is pretty good range. So let's see. Like, if this is centered, we want to stay centered. We're just gonna do a little counting here. Bed was I probably should have counted this. Probably right here-ish. So let's see. It went out 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, it's pretty consistent, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pretty much blasts out a 4x4 area in a sphere. Upward seems a little higher. Downward seems like it could be about 4. So that's good. That's good information. Now that wow, it even blew out a hole over here. Okay. Well, now that we know that, we can use this information. It's basically a 4x4. So if we put, this bed's here, it goes 4 blocks this way, and then we'll do another 4 blocks, and then we'll place in another bed, because then they should intersect and connect. All right. I'm going to take, again, however many beds this is, and we're going to prepare a nice large area, and then we're going to start blast mining our way through with beds. Alright, in case you're wondering, yeah, beds are definitely not better than TNT. I have been working, admittedly not terribly long, because as it turns out, like basically beyond this point, it just turns into a lava lake, and so that entire direction is pretty much useless. But I have some beds set up, and you'll see there's the issue of you can't fit all the beds in the inventory. That makes it, you're limited on space, but also it's going to come down to how practical this is, right? We'll set this one off, take some damage, right? We're going to take damage from it, and yeah, there's the lava lake, so we knew that one was going to happen. But Now, when we look at this, right? Like we'll do this one because there's no lava lake. Now to get to the other side, we're going to have to just either come down and run across, and then come back up to the same height level, whatever it is, right? So we're gonna have to pillar up and get back in line with it, and then now we have to set up for the next bed, but we have to push it out a little bit because we don't want to be too close to it. Set it down, back up a little bit, just be barely in range. Yeah, so I'm thinking you can probably start to see some of the issues with this method. Like, there's a lot of beds. I could do this all day, but this is significantly slower than TNT, and in fact, I think it might even be significantly slower than just using a pickaxe. So, not sure how effective beds are. I see a lot of people using beds as like their main method, but I kind of think that the beds are one of the more terrible ways to look for this stuff, actually. Like, if you had a list of things that you could try, beds would probably be right at the bottom of, you know, what you should be doing. There is good news, however. Hubone has, of course, after I bought all his gunpowder, made a sell. All of his gunpowder's half off, so we can go get a whole bunch of TNT again. So that'll be much better. Let's do that. All right, so I blocked off these directions because they were spawning in dudes, and every time you open chests, they come to attack you. But it turns out the lava lake over there wraps all the way around in this direction. So I've changed courses and I dug a tunnel this way instead, and it's 171 blocks from this space all the way to the end, and it's 67 blocks from here all the way to that end. Now, I've spaced this one's 3 blocks apart because of, you know, just how things lined up with this original tunnel, but we have a 5 block gap here, 5 block for the next one, and basically 5 blocks all the way down to reach the end. And they are lined with TNT. These ones are set back a little bit because we don't want to risk blowing up this stuff. And this took a total of slightly over 9 stacks. I had exactly 18 stacks, so you can see it actually took 9 stacks and 8 TNT to get this all set up. I do not anticipate this will all blow up, so I'll have to go through this a few times, but you can see it is indeed just littered with this. Now, beds was pretty slow. This whole thing took about an hour to get set up. So the setup is an hour. Normally you could just mine out this 2 height layer, but the TNT is going to do a much larger area. So I think the TNT is still going to be worth more than just straight mining. So I'm going to set it all off and we'll see how much we can get. I'll have to go through and make sure we get all the TNT though. That was way faster. Like we predicted, I had to go through and keep lighting all the TNT. It got most of the way down and actually went pretty fast, so there wasn't a whole lot of extra lighting I had to do, so it was pretty good. But I decided to go through and also remove, mass clear all the lava that appeared, which was a terrible idea. It added like 2 more hours to it because we had lava pools that I mass cleared, and I do not recommend that whatsoever. Just clear the lava immediately surrounding your ancient debris. I do not know how much we have, but I'm going to predict that we're going to get about a stack. I currently have 5 on me, which we won't count, and my tab menu says 66, so we'll see how many we get. All that space out there, 9 stacks of TNT, 3.5 hours of work, and of course, risking our lives fighting all these things that want to unalive us, and we got almost a stack. 62 blocks. Remember, we started with 5. We got 62 blocks, not even 1 stack. Oh my goodness. That does mean though the tab menu is looking pretty good. 128. Ooh yeah, that does look good. But Winter, why do you even want these blocks? Isn't all your tools and armor already netherite? Yes they are. Well, I want them because these are just really cool blocks. I set them down, but it counts towards the counter when you break them again, so These are just like super cool blocks, and I want to build with them. There we go, 2 handfuls. Yeah, I just want to build with these. They kind of look like dragon scales to me, and I think they would be really, really neat as walls to builds. But it seems like that might not be so likely. Mojang, all you need to do, right, is just add one more step, right? Instead of making ancient debris into scraps, you know, have the scraps craft into their own ingot, and then it takes 4 of those ingots with the gold to make the netherite ingot, something like that. And then make these more common, because us builders want to build with them. They're really cool looking. Oh my goodness, where did the time go for this episode? Wow, it feels like we just started and we're already at like 20 minutes in. Hey, look, my pig is still here. Ah, little piggy, still sitting there. He's gonna do a stupid fireworks sound now. Yeah, we did this little island. We got a couple of the farms set in place. Remember, they're not big boy farms. They're just, you know, little passive farms, so we can get a few here and there. They're going to be really good if we ever decide to do big boy farms, because they're going to give us plenty of resources to actually get those set up. But I don't think we're going to go that far. We are going to do a nether base though at some point. I got a pretty cool idea, and in fact I think I want to jumpstart on that for next episode. Just start preparing between episodes now. And getting ready for that next project. So next episode might be a little delayed from this one. I do apologize, but you know, we need materials to, you know, get work done. But that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't, share it with friends, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.